Hello, happy Monday and happy amazing solstice weekend to everybody. We're still in the solstice gateway, so it's still very exciting energies, and it really has been a really vibrant one. Over here we have so much sunshine and bright weather and lots of shifting. Now, it's really interesting to hear what you've been experiencing through your solstice changes. Of course, it's slightly different for all of us in terms of what we might be leaning into and what might be coming up for us to heal. But there's definitely been a really strong potential to really align with your path on this solstice. And, that potential to release yourself from all your karmic issues, generational traumas, and gaining greater clarity on what comes next. So this could have been a gradual build-up in the weeks leading up to it, more than likely culminating in something quite massive, or it could have been a massive, some just gentle clarity or some really big kind of wow moments. And of course, it just depends how that lands for each of us on our journey. So what we've been doing in our sessions, of course, is just helping Reiki, or helping our journey along with Reiki, just to help that, for all the shifts to be high vibrational, and for us not to get carried away in the emotion of any of the changes or get stuck in any parts of it, so that we're sort of gently always moving forward on our spiritual journey, which is that feeling of comfort and knowing that we are unfolding on a path and that everything is going well. So Reiki is what helps us to do that. Reiki, we're just looking at that life force guided energy that just helps to intrinsically cleanse and align and bring us back into our center and ever richer points of center as we move. So through solstice, it's fascinating firstly to see where you were drawn to be and where in those spaces you received your richest wisdom. Was it when you were in a space with many others in the actual some form of celebration, or was it when you were in the quiet moments between some of those? Was it when you had that cup of tea on a bench? Was it when you were watching a sunset or a sunrise? How has it slowly landed? Certainly, the transition when we're processing and receiving those shifts can feel quite uncomfortable, and almost like, instead of feeling like, wow, I really get the clarity, I know where I'm going, you may have some moments of wisdom on that, but it can also feel like, whoa, the sands are shifting, I don't know what I'm standing on. And that is where the discomfort in shifting energy can come from. And that can be where we start to feel that lack of trust and like, oh, I thought it's meant to all feel good. But it's like, it's all going in the right direction. But when new parts of us, this is the sort of landing platform for us today, when new parts of us that we haven't met before start to show up because we've done a bit of clearing and cleansing, they land and can feel very wobbly. It's almost like headless chicken or a chicken with only one leg. If you imagine what that would move like. Or one minute it's got one leg and the next minute it's got no head. And so it's shifting between those kind of things. When a new part of us awakens and new energy comes in, it can be destabilizing. That's the thing. So what we're going to do today is bring Reiki in for that stabilizing. And certainly this weekend has brought in a lot of balance and alignment energy. So balancing internally those masculine and feminine aspects. And if you remember, we really have felt that in the last few weeks coming through more and more clearly. So we're just leaning into that today. It doesn't matter if you haven't been feeling this on a conscious level. The more work we do sitting in energy and feeling and getting used to the sensations in our body and reading whatever clairsentience we experience through pictures, minds, thoughts, feelings, feeling of others, empathy, whatever, however we most easily connect with with these processes is that is our own version, and that can be quite subtle. So it just takes us to gently lean into that. And, you know, be prepared and be willing, be open to receive. And the more we trust and the more we perceive what's going on for us inside, the more we can overcome those challenges that come up for us. So that is the leaning into that sort of dark aspects and allowing ourselves to sit with all that is going on within. That's where we get our deepest rewards. So that has been our journey in the last 18 months. And it almost feels like it's been a journey culminating to this point because this really has been that big a shift this weekend. And so it's exciting. We had this weekend a lovely Reiki class on Friday and Saturday. And actually that was right in the solstice energy, and it sort of brought in a really nice extra layer to everything that was already going on, and a really rich way to tap in. So you can always find right now, while we're still in the solstice gateway, you can find what you like to do, what helps you to connect. For me, Reiki helps me to get really in, like a really clean line into what's going on. And I know when I'm in Reiki that what I'm getting is pure and clean and lined up with my highest and greatest good, and that, you know, my highest self. So it's a true flight path then. So, you know, you may find spaces where you get that, you know, nature gives us that, sitting beneath a tree, the trees help us to find that alignment. Water helps us with that alignment. Finding where you're led to on those scores, you know, temples, churches, they're all very good at helping us to connect and get a clear channel. So anywhere where you've got that apex above your head, you know, it could be in a house with a nice roof where you're just recognizing what that's doing for you. So be open to whatever feels right for you. There's a lot of stability that comes from sitting in your own home where you feel safe and channeling. It's when we call in as well those celestial energies, the energies who are working for our highest and greatest good, those spirit guides and guides who are there with unconditional love and support for us. And that's the important bit in this. It's tapping into the energy that is bringing in unconditional love. So that we don't, because if we're putting conditions on ourselves and feeling the guilt and shame, then we're probably not connecting to that clarity. So although, you know, the fallout can look like we sit in some of those, but it's being able to see through them till we get that comfort again. So today, as I said, we're going to connect with Reiki just to bring in that sense of groundedness, bringing us back some equilibrium as the new awakenings within us start to manifest, giving them the crutches they need to land and stabilize. Okay, so let's just gently start to take ourselves deeper into this. Feel and sense the story that has been unfolding. We can hear the journey that each of us has been on, what has led us to this very moment right now, what has led us through this solstice gateway. We have a sense of who we are in this moment. And as we sit and allow ourselves to just allow more and more of us to show up, that internal self, that divine family system of unique parts and counterparts that exist within, as we allow those to show up in this space, in your space, wherever you are right now. Feeling those and allowing them, bringing them a sense of welcoming energy. Letting them show up. Wherever they are in the space. And as those parts begin to assemble, the fullness of you landing in your space, this Reiki space. Let's just invite in the light of Reiki, the spirit of the earth. Beautiful true north. Feel that light above your head, gently shining down, connecting through your crown. Coming down into your physical. Feel where your feet are on the ground. Connecting down through the earth. Into your deepest, most sacred creative space. And as you draw those two energies together to meet in your center, right beneath your belly button, invite holy fire catalyzes all reactions going on for you at this time and in this moment. We awaken, give ourselves permission to receive the holy fire, holy fire, holy fire. Just gently feeling the force of light, beautiful burning flames of the fire that comes down through your crown, enters your body, and slowly starts to fill you up. Ancient, divinely healing energy. It's gently going to lick away any wounds within. Burn through any last vestiges of connections, etheric bonds that have not been aligned, no longer aligned with your more definite path. And the holy fire gently closes in around any new aspects of self that have started to land and show up. And they'll be like little babies, maybe floundering a little, uncertain of how to be. And the holy fire is just going to come and wrap a beautiful blanket around them, helping to swallow them and help them to feel safe, so they can put in those gentle roots. Ground in, stabilize. And when they're ready, they will flourish in the fullness of time. Just being here, giving our permission to allow that to manifest at its own perfect pace, without any outcome expectation, need for it to be anything other than what it is meant to be. so that we remain in balance and connected, acting in our most divine purpose. The holy fire gently moves through. You can receive surrender to that activation. Gently feeling the alchemical reactions. Taking place. Just take a few moments now just to sit in that energy. And you can stay connected to this experience of the holy fire moving through you for as long as you are drawn. And I'm just going to very gently close off in gratitude right now and slip away, allowing you to be where you need to be in your space and your growth, trusting that it will all land in divine perfection. And as I do so, I'm just going to say thank you, thank you, thank you to the energies who've been working these last few weeks, bringing in students for the Reiki 1 and 2 classes and the beautiful experiences we've shared. We have one more to go this weekend on Friday and Saturday. And again, we'll still be in that beautiful Solstice Gateway. So it's going to be a wonderful time to receive and surrender into this energy and to really land everything that has been coming up. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'll be in touch with the next steps after this one. There's still a Reiki class offer on at the moment where we're doing a discount for anyone who's new to Reiki at this point and wanting to come in to join the Holy Fire classes. So if that sounds like you, then please do get in touch, because this is the last class in that system before I go into the next. Righty-ho. Never end you go wherever it is needed for each of you. Thanks for joining. See you out there.